Hello everyone, my name is Seth Albert. As I began to look at the definitions and agreements outlined in the professional dispositions, both on the survey and on the video resources on the GC website, I have to admit I was a little stunned. Not at the number of professional dispositions or the content of them, but at the fact that these aren't common sense or common knowledge, and that we have to have a formal reminder to uphold these dispositions as teachers. Personally, I don't see how anyone could be a successful teacher at any level, be it preschool or as a doctoral candidate teacher, without having a firm hold of these dispositions in their professional and personal lives. Why do I say that? A teacher's role in supporting learning, improving planning and practice, upholding professional expectations, and collaboratively advancing the profession hinges on these dispositions. I will highlight a few in this first section and focus on those that I do not use here in the next section. Believing in all students and their abilities and forming realistic expectations for their success should be the goal of every teacher. Without believing in students and helping them towards success, we are not doing our jobs. If a student does not feel believed in, they won't improve, they will have no motivation to practice, and without having clear goals towards success, they will develop no self-motivational skills that will help them later in their professional life. We can't simply discount a student because we see them as a lost cause. We need to help every student fulfill their max potential by actually teaching them to believe in themselves, and by setting reachable goals that they will feel fulfilled in when they reach them. In order to do this well, we need to also be sensitive to the individual needs of students and embrace cultural diversity. Each student is different, and many will need specific attention to specific things. In order to fulfill the previous statement of believing in all students and setting reachable goals, a teacher must be aware of these differences and be able to adapt material to help the student learn and understand what is being taught. These needs could be minor deviations or issues that need a lot of attention. Regardless, we need to see them and respond to them well. We also need to recognize cultural diversity and respect students' beliefs and traditions to the best of our ability. Encouraging students to embrace their culture and to use it in their learning is so helpful in encouraging individuality and pride in their culture. This also helps demonstrate to other students that being different is not weird, but unique and valid. In the classroom, we need to remember that no matter who is in our class, if they like us or not, they are looking at us as the professional adults and role models in their lives. Therefore, we need to show professionalism and example these behaviors to our students so that they can recreate these dispositions in their own professional lives. Exercising judgment and ethical behavior, as well as promoting social justice in the classroom, is one of the best character values that a teacher can present. I put those two together because we need them to be in sync with each other to execute properly. Without good judgment and ethics, we can't hope to uphold the appropriate level of confidentiality and fairness in the classroom, and vice versa. Students need to feel respected in order to show respect, and dealing with every situation in the classroom with good judgment on the matter, as well as a firm grip of ethics, will show the students that you respect them and really want them to develop well and not just absorb the material from a textbook. I stated that these dispositions should be common sense, yet I realized that some aspects of the previously stated dispositions I really need to hone in on more. However, there are quite a few that I feel already fit into my tool belt quite nicely. In general, I'm a pretty friendly person. I truly care about those around me, especially students put into my care. This is why I became a youth pastor, and a huge factor for me pursuing a teaching degree. I love to support students in every way that I can. However, I do need to work on discernment of the appropriate level of support to give to a student at the appropriate time. I just want to help so badly sometimes that I focus on what I can do, and seeing a student hurt, I want to help them, but I need to remember that I need to let them come to me for help, and I need to know that bringing in some outside help is necessary sometimes. I also have a huge love of servant leadership. One of my personal philosophies is if they can't see you doing it, then you aren't leading them. Meaning that if I want to lead well, I need to serve well first. While in the classroom there are goals and material that need to be reached and covered, serving students in ways that help them get there is the best form of leadership because it shows them that you truly care, that they understand what is being taught. Students don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Part of this understanding of student needs and leading well is promoting and supporting curiosity and encouraging students to ask questions. I love open Q&A. That's one of my favorite things to do because I feel like the best aha moments from students are when we have open dialogue that is free from judgment with the sole purpose of understanding the material. I really don't like when teachers have no questions till the end or no questions at all because this is not conducive to learning and only shows an eagerness to plow through the material in as much time, get as much done within class time as possible. Students need to be encouraged to think critically and discuss these thoughts with their peers and their teacher. In my personal being, I am fully committed to this profession of teaching and learning. I want to be the best that I can be for students that I don't even know yet, and I don't want to shortchange them by doing a half-decent job. Even if I have to teach subjects that I know nothing about and have to scour the material a week before classes start in order to teach it properly, I consider it an unparalleled learning opportunity, and I would have it no other way. I am also very well aware that reflection on my own experience is critical to growing as a leader and a teacher, and I feel confident that I can model that for my students and continue to utilize my strategies for self-assessment and growth as I progress through my teaching career. Finally, professional integrity is a must in every profession. Doing what you say and saying what you do, following through, communicating well, and overall being what you mean to be. Students need that solid, integrity-driven adult in their life that they can hold accountable so that they can see what that looks like. As I said before, students don't just learn academics from teachers, they learn a lot about adults and what it means to be a professional and trustworthy person. On that note, trust must be earned and respect must be reciprocated. We cannot do that with personal biases tainting the view that we have of our students. This is extremely hard, as anybody who has led classes of children or teens knows. Sometimes you get that person who comes in, they're super excited, you can tell they're ready to learn, ready to go, and sometimes you get the person coming in with their hood up, AirPods in, just not looking like they don't want to be there. However, personal bias can completely taint how you treat students from the moment they walk in, causing a disconnect in the student-teacher relationship. However, it is good to be aware of bias so that we can recognize it in ourselves and prevent it from overly influencing our interactions with our students. Upon reflection of the professional dispositions, I am very encouraged to see that what I view as general decency in the classroom is a hard-line set of statements that are widely agreed upon by professional teachers as a written agreement. I strive every day, even when not teaching, to uphold values similar to these and am excited to hone them to a new level in the classroom. I will do so by practicing them every day and every time I walk into a classroom to teach. I will be open to students' differences in personality, physical being, diversity, and learning styles. I will entertain and expand upon all questions and thoughts that students have that lead students to a better understanding of the material. I will respect all students in every situation. I will model professional standards to my students in terms of conduct and speech every day in the classroom. I will promote collaboration and communication building as well as understanding to apply rather than just to learn. And finally, as a future teacher, I will commit every day to becoming a better teacher and learner than the last, so that every day students are impacted by somebody who cares about them and is excited about their development.